At the just concluded China International Import Expo, Samsung, participating for the sixth time, once again captured numerous spectators' attention with cutting-edge technological products such as foldable smartphones, micro-LED, and 3nm chips. While aggressively promoting its products and business layout, Samsung's overall business performance in the past year has been far from optimistic. According to the recent financial report released by Samsung Electronics, the operating profit in the third quarter decreased by 77.57% year-on-year, a decline far exceeding previous records. In the first half of this year, impacted by the semiconductor industry's downturn, Samsung Electronics' net profit in the first two quarters plummeted by over 84% year-on-year, marking the largest drop in nearly 14 years. Simultaneously, following the announcement of Samsung Mobile's withdrawal from the Chinese market, rumors are circulating that Samsung's display factory in China will relocate. At the expo, when asked about the location of Samsung's TV display production, a Samsung representative disclosed, the display screen business is no longer produced in China, production capacity has shifted to Vietnam. However, this statement has not received official confirmation. Allegedly, Samsung Display has internally notified its factories in China that existing OEM models will cease production entirely in the fourth quarter of 2023, with production moving to its Vietnamese factory. Several Chinese enterprises in its supply chain have also planned to relocate mold production following Samsung's move. Apart from the mobile business, is Samsung withdrawing from another sector in China? While the core business revenue is declining, Samsung's employee count in China is rapidly decreasing. A report by Business Korea in 2022 revealed that Samsung's workforce in China has reduced by over 70%, currently standing at approximately 10,000 people. It's noteworthy that around 2014, Samsung Electronics had over 63,316 employees in China. However, since then, the number declined to 50,000 in 2015, dropped to 40,000 in 2017, further decreased to below 30,000 in 2018, and now hovers around 10,000. Behind the hesitation lies the fact that Samsung's various businesses are gradually withdrawing from the Chinese market, driven by deeper decision-making factors. What are these reasons? Let's explore them in today's video. Let's begin now. Everyone is aware that the Samsung Group's industrial chain is extensive, with Samsung Electronics perennially occupying a central position in the global semiconductor supply chain. Samsung Electronics spans various fields such as smartphones, storage, batteries, and wafer fabrication, exhibiting strong indispensability in each sector. In its early days, Samsung's first-generation Galaxy copied Apple's appearance, leading to a legal dispute. Apple demanded compensation, Samsung refused, prompting Apple to file a lawsuit alleging patent infringement. This patent war lasted a long time, with Apple initially receiving significant compensation. However, during a re-examination, Samsung halted the supply of batteries and screens for Apple devices. Faced with this situation, Apple reluctantly settled with Samsung. Despite paying a considerable price in this patent battle, Samsung ultimately used its dominance in the supply chain to end the dispute, vividly demonstrating Samsung's crucial position in the electronic supply chain. Turning to memory storage, Japan's Toshiba was the pioneer and initial global dominator in flash memory. When Samsung entered the flash memory sector, it aggressively hired technical personnel from the storage industry by offering high salaries, expanding its technological prowess. In a few years, Samsung defeated Toshiba in the flash memory field and poached many technical personnel from within Toshiba. With talent and technology, coupled with Samsung's industrial chain advantage, Samsung expanded its territory in the memory storage field. At its peak, Samsung held a 45% global market share in memory storage, becoming a leader in the entire industry, capable of competing with established American semiconductor companies. In 2017, Samsung surpassed Intel in the memory storage sector, becoming the world's largest storage supplier at the time. Within a short period, relying on wafer fabrication and industry collaboration, Samsung surpassed Apple in profitability, becoming the semiconductor electronics manufacturer with the highest global profits. Behind Samsung's dominance was its rapid technological development, using the advantage of the industrial chain to penetrate consumer markets. South Korea's influence on the international stage grew due to Samsung Group's strength. Even companies as powerful as Qualcomm and Apple in the United States couldn't do without Samsung Electronics component supplies. Therefore, in a sense, Samsung's strength represents South Korea's strength, a stark reality. However, in just a few years, the landscape has changed. Samsung's once proud semiconductor business has become a burden dragging down the company's performance. According to Samsung Electronics information, the overall South Korean semiconductor industry has experienced a significant downturn due to the impact of the US-China tech war and the US CHIP Act. Compared to the previous year's overall profit, this year's semiconductor profit has plummeted by 95%, marking the lowest profit margin in nearly 14 years for Samsung Electronics supply chain. Public data shows that as of the end of June 2023, Samsung's semiconductor inventory has exceeded 180 billion renminbi, with the significant backlog of inventory being a major cause of losses in Samsung's semiconductor business. Since defeating Toshiba in the flash memory business, Samsung has held an undefeated position on the international market. However, in recent years, due to the continuous U.S. suppression of China's chip industry, China's Yangtze Memory Technologies has rapidly developed, showing signs of balancing South Korean and U.S. storage enterprises. Internationally, Samsung faces pressure from the United States, while domestically, Yangtze Memory Technologies is gaining ground, making Samsung's days in the memory storage field challenging. Since the development of the crystal stack architecture by Yangtze Memory, its products have received positive market responses with evident price advantages. In the consumer market, Yangtze Memory's storage products are closing the gap with Samsung in terms of shipments. Moreover, the country previously prohibited the use of storage devices from Micron in infrastructure construction. If Yangtze Memory resolves material issues and improves production capacity and technological development speed, foreign memory storage businesses will find it increasingly difficult to compete in mainland China. However, apart from challenges in selling chips, Samsung also faces the crisis of eroding market share. In the current era of AI, Samsung's old-fashioned storage chips like DRAM and NAND will be gradually phased out, with new storage chips like HBM becoming mainstream. Samsung has been slow to react in the development and production of HBM chips. Meanwhile, its longtime rival SK hynix already commands over 50% of the market share and, in collaboration with NVIDIA, has secured 90% of the high-end market share in AI chips. Samsung, lagging behind in capturing the AI dividend, faces difficulties in selling storage chips, leading to semiconductor inventory backlog and a sharp decline in net profits. Another crucial business segment for Samsung is displays. Currently, there are two mainstream display technologies in the global semiconductor display industry: LED liquid crystal display, LCD, and organic light-emitting diode, OLED. LED/LCD displays still dominate the market, with OLED market share relatively limited. In recent years, with the rapid rise of domestic LED/LCD display manufacturers such as BOE and CSOT, the market is now almost entirely controlled by Chinese companies. According to the latest data, in May 2023, Chinese manufacturers secured 89.8% of the global market share in LCD television screens, while Japanese and South Korean manufacturers, who once dominated this field, only managed to capture 10.2%. The market has been severely squeezed. In the LCD display sector, Samsung has long held over 90% of the market share. However, with the rapid rise of domestic display manufacturers, Samsung and other South Korean LED display manufacturers are gradually diminishing. Currently, the transformation of South Korean brands is primarily in the direction of OLED. The OLED market consists of small-screen and large-screen OLEDs, used in smartphones, PCs, tablets, and televisions. However, the OLED market's volume is still relatively small. Therefore, for Samsung, choosing to exit China at this time is a decision based on market dynamics and business considerations. For multinational companies like Samsung, after losing the semiconductor display market and exiting China, they will continue to expand in the domestic terminal market, including household televisions and high-end home appliances like refrigerators and washing machines. However, behind the crumbling performance, how much longer can Samsung sustain itself? Moreover, it's not just the semiconductor industry. In the field of new energy vehicles, South Korea's global market share is far behind China. The once proud South Korean shipbuilding industry has also been significantly surpassed by China in new shipbuilding orders this year. The past glory of Samsung is still vivid. Whether Samsung can regain its former glory in the future is something we all eagerly anticipate. That concludes today's discussion. See you next time.